Hey everyone, Shawn and Moo.
Hey guys.
And this week, you saw what we did last week. Moo, 144 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But Moo can't go around the golf course with a 48-inch shaft doing stuff like that. It's just way too long.
Heck no, I can't do that.
So we just got back from the Mexico Open, which that golf course you would absolutely love. And I knew Cam Champ was going to do really well there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to show you how to drive for accuracy, and it starts with the height of the tee. And there's a way to swing with a low tee where you're not going to take a beating on higher spin. You'll be able to keep that low spin. So low trajectory, low spin, long straight drives. Stay tuned. You're going to love this one. Right out of the gate, the first thing you need to do when you're choosing the height of your tee, if you look at Moo, when you're looking down at this,
Yeah.
notice how the center of the ball pretty much matches up with the center of the face.
Yeah, I do.
So all you want is to have the height of the tee that's going to bring the ball to the center of the driver face. The driver sole of club now, what you want to do is you want to stay low to the ground, exactly how you would do it with a fairway wood. So if I was going to hit a fairway wood off the ground, notice the sole of the club, if it stays along the ground and the ball is sitting a little bit in the grass and I have a nice little scuff along the ground, the ball will meet the center of the club face. Now these new fairway woods, these low spin fairway woods from Callaway, we're getting, like I'm getting on average about 260 carry, 280 total with these new higher launch, lower spin fairway woods.
Yeah.
Most exciting time for fairway woods out there right now. Now that we have the lower spinning drivers, all we have to do is tee it up and hit it exactly the same way as we would if we had a fairway wood in our hands.
Okay.
So ball position wise, we want the center of the club and the center of our stance and the ball slightly forward of that. If I'm going to play a little bit of a fade, I'm going to nudge that a quarter ball forward. If I'm going to do a little draw, I'm going to nudge that a quarter ball back.
Okay.
So we're staying with some very, very tight tolerances. But if you stay with center of club head right there to center of heels, this is what's going to give you the right ball position for that. Okay. Now from there, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to follow the surface of the ground with the sole of the club.
Okay.
You're using the ground as a training aid. You're allowed to use the ground as a training aid. That's the cool part. So I want to stay wide and low in the backswing, and then wide and low on the follow through. So the key is to stay very wide along the surface of the ground.
Okay.
If I try to hit down on the ball, if I default to the ball, like many of you tee the ball low because you keep pop flying the ball, that's not going to be productive. Because if I'm over here and I default to the ball and I move forward on it, now I'm hitting down on it, and that's where you're going to get those balloony shots that go nowhere. So we're focusing on the sole of the club along the ground in the direction of an intermediate point. So if you look at the intermediate point, right there, all I want to do is stay along the ground in that direction. So I'm going to see how I've got the lines on the club. That's so you can see the blur of my club and observe how I'm staying very low to the ground and in that direction. So you guys saw the blur there? So all we're going to do, once we're set up, my eyes are on the grass between the club and the ball. I feel and I'm aware of the sole of the club. So if I'm going to hit a little fade, I'm going to go a little left of that intermediate point, and all I got to do is allow the sole of the club to stay along the ground to the left edge of that intermediate point. Here we go. There we go. Nice little fade down the middle. Good carry. 290. In great position to attack that flag. Good. So even my, my upward angle of attack is still slightly up there.
Okay.
My speed hasn't been compromised. My spin was a little high. I caught that a little low on the face, which will tend to happen.
Okay.
And I can't really complain about, because carry was decent and my total distance was decent. There we go. Still a little low on the face, but once again, another one in play. I feel like I could probably go all day now. That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah.
Very, very close to my center line. So 277 carry. And we got about 3,000 RPM on that speed. So if I catch the center of the face, that'll squirt it out there even further. Give it a try, Moo.
Okay. So just to revisit, ball position is inside heel.
Just find the center of the stance with the club head.
Okay. I'm going to go fade.
That's it. So doesn't that feel like you're setting up for a fairway wood?
Yeah.
So now just follow the surface of the ground with the sole of the club.
Okay. I'm going fade here.
Okay. That's it. All right. Good start.
Good start.
Actually hit it further than you, man.
You got me.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That was through.
There you go, man. There's your fairway finder move.
Yeah, I'll take that all day.
So 335 down the middle. That's exactly a Cameron Champ trajectory right there. So 0.7 down, which is awesome.
All right.
Your backspin was ideal, 2,200 RPM.
Yeah, I felt like I got center face on that one.
That was amazing. And your carry was 305. And look at the height, 50 feet.
That's a low bullet. Yeah.
Hey, baby. Woo! Welcome to Sunday.
There you go.
So that's what I was
Last
seeing.
week, it was 184 feet high. This week, 50.
Yeah.
So at 50 feet high, you're carrying 305 and 335 total.
That's what happens.
That's your gamer, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You just found your fairway finder.
Yeah.
All right, let's see that again. That was fun.
Let's confirm that, yeah. A little low on the face. But
yeah, but that's not in trouble, man. You're just in the rough. You're not in two fairways across.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to miss, that's exactly how you want to miss.
Yeah, that felt good, though. In terms of prediction process, I was very happy with what I was seeing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, look at that.
Oh.
Very nice, Moo.
Yeah, thanks.
So 300 yards up the fairway. I mean, that fairway really starts to climb at that point.
That's fine, yeah, but like
130 miles an hour club speed. How's that? How's that for gamer speed, people?
Okay, I'm gonna stay.
296 carry. That was awesome.
I'm gonna stay straight here. Oh, close.
That's all right, Moo.
Oh.
Stay in there.
Oh.
Little cart path action, but still in play.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's the height on that?
I mean, look at that. It's 0.4 up. So you see how you're staying nice and level to the ground?
Yeah, like 55 peak height, which is really nice.
That's it. So now you get to just follow the ground in the direction of the intermediate point, and that's what stabilizes the club head.
Yeah. I was out of position.
Okay.
Did a little adjustment that I didn't need to.
It's 260 down the middle.
That's true.
I know a lot of people would be very happy with that.
That's true. Staying along the ground. So I'm gonna have to like do some reps here to
That's it, man.
confirm this feel. There.
Oh, wow.
That one got a little high, but that was
That is exactly what we're looking for.
yeah. Get on the fairway.
That's it. 327 down the middle,
Yeah.
because that's a tight fairway there. Look at that.
Yeah.
0.6 down.
Yeah.
Path was awesome. 303, 319 carry. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Peak height was 92. It's not bad.
We got a gamer for you, bud.
Yeah. This is how I'm gonna play from
That's
now
how
on.
you're going to play from now on.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to keep it below the trees here.
For
Because
sure.
we got trees on both sides and the wind swirls a lot.
For sure.
So you just keep it below the trees and let's go bowling.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next week.